54% of buyers will research your company on social media before considering buying from you. Yet less than 30% of businesses actually post consistently. That means you're losing out on high intent leads before they even hit your funnel. Hi, I'm Vikram, founder of PreSales AI Automation, and for over a decade, I've helped startups and enterprises fix the number one bottleneck in their sales and marketing: predictable revenue growth. At Google and Geo, I led the sales and marketing teams, worked with small startups to $1 billion giants, and they all struggled with the same exact problem: inconsistent content and weak brand visibility. They only post when they find time, and that leads to almost zero audience engagement, and all of their marketing efforts pretty much go wasted. If I cannot spend a weekend binge watching your socials, your YouTube, reading your SEO blogs, then you're not posting enough. And that's the harsh truth about content marketing. Inbound leads from social media, from SEO, convert 80% better than your cold outreach. But most businesses fail to create content regularly, and that's why they're losing out to competition. So why is this an issue, right? Content creation and creating daily content is exhausting. Keeping up with the brand guidelines and the tone of voice is pretty hard for each and every piece of content that you take out. And you don't have time to write, design, and post across multiple social medias. So what if you could run your content marketing on autopilot, right? Imagine generating a week's worth of high quality content in just a few clicks. Imagine AI powered content that follows your brand guidelines and automatically drives leads to your website. With our AI powered content engine, you get exactly that. You get, firstly, relevant content optimized for the particular social media, for example, LinkedIn, Instagram, or any other platform. Then you get relatable content, which is created specifically for your target audience, specifically for your ICP. And finally, the third R, that's a recurring content. It should be recurring, but not repeating. It should be engaging, and it should keep your brand top of mind without repeating the same posts again and again. So that's everyday, fresh, on brand, lead generating content on autopilot. If that's something that interests you, then let's get into it. So this is our content engine. It has a couple of tables. The first table is content briefs. The second one is the generated content. So in content briefs, you will input your content brief. It could be in the form of a text that you want to write a blog about XYZ. It could be, you could input a URL or a competition blog that you want to take inspiration from. You could also input a YouTube video you want to take inspiration from, or you could even just drop a voice note and we'll convert that into a content brief. The purpose here is that you input your content brief, what you want to write about, what are your goals, what is your target audience, what is the key message you want to get across, and what is the call to action you want your users or readers to take. From this, we will create one long format piece of content, which could be 3,000 to 4,000 word article or blog. From that blog, we're going to repurpose it and create social media posts. So you could choose whatever social media channels you want to focus on. It could be LinkedIn, it could be Instagram, it could be Twitter, anything. Our purpose here is that once we create this long format blog, we can repurpose it and engage our audiences using the 3 R's of content, right? So it has to be relevant to the channel, it has to be relatable to the audience, and it has to be recurring in nature so that we remain top of mind, right? So let's get into it. From just one marketing brief, we'll create one blog article and we'll repurpose that 7 times in a very strategic way so that you can post for the next 7 days So if you launch your blog on Monday, you will have content for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And even if a user does not read your blog and they just follow you, say on LinkedIn, if they've read all 7 of your posts, they've pretty much read your entire blog article. They've got the point across. And it's actually more engaging because it's bite sized. You'll have multiple CTAs and you'll be able to drive more leads from social media. So let's just start creating a new content brief. So you could add your content manager here, and you could start by writing, let's take a text brief here, right? So I'm working with one of my clients. They are a AI HR company, and they're using AI to enhance the HR practices for their clients. So I want to write a blog about AI in recruitment and discuss the changing landscape of HR departments. That's good enough. HR departments. What is the goal? I want to show the reader how AI is changing human resources or recruitment. I want to target CHROs. I want to target CMOs. I want to target CHROs, founders and CEOs. And CEOs. Let's go with that. And the key message I want to get across is that AI in HR will improve your hiring. Let's go with that. And the CTA is visit our website. So you can make this as detailed as you want, but I think for now, this is good. Right? So let's now move this to create outline. So what's happening in the background is as soon as you click on create outline, we'll start creating a blog outline first so that you understand that what is going to go in the article. And if you want to make any changes, you can always come here and rewrite it, or you can actually manually rewrite it, right? So the outline is being created right now. So our AI is running in the background and it's taking all the information we got from our content brief, goals, target audience, and it has come up with a content outline. Let's check it out. The introduction, the evolution of recruitment, why AI is a game changer in HR, understanding AI in recruitment, different types of technologies, benefits, challenges and considerations, real world examples. So this is something really important, right? When we are creating content, especially AI generated content, we always need to include our knowledge base, include some case studies, and this will be specific to your particular company, right? And this is what actually makes the difference in AI generated content. So actually this looks pretty detailed and looks good to me. So let's move on to the next step. Great. So we have created the outline. If you want to edit anything, you can edit it right in the content engine and it'll take it forward from here. So if you think anything needs to be changed here, you can just edit it here. If you think the outline is not something that you want, you can actually go and rewrite it with the AI and they'll give you a new outline. But I think this is good for now. So let's move on to the next step. We'll use this outline to create the final blog, right? So this is going to be a detailed blog written by AI. one of the limitations of AI, if you have ever used AI before, is that they can output probably 600, 700 words uh, at max. But creating a blog with 3,000, 4,000 words requires a few tricks, I should say. And you need to really give AI the context, and you need to break up your outline into multiple sections and then generate it. So that's what we're going to do. Go ahead and do right now. So outline created. Let's move to create blog. So now the AI is using the outline to create a blog. It's going section wise, going to go in a lot of detail. It has, of course, your knowledge base attached to it, so it can add your case studies, any specific statistics, examples, etc., from which are very specific to your business, right? Let's just take a look at what's happening under the hood. Yep, it's working, and we can see that in this iterator, we can see that we're creating the final blog, and it's going to update our Airtable or our content engine here in just a bit. So I'll pause the video here, and I'll get back to you when we have the final blog ready. So the blog creation process is almost complete, and we should be seeing a blog come, the full text come here. So like I said, it's not just going to be 700 words of high level stuff. It's going to be a really deep blog. It's probably going to be around 2,500 words to 3,000 words. And let's check it out. Yeah, that's good. Introduction, evolution of recruitment. Nice. Why AI is game changer. Nice. Understanding AI and recruitment. So this is in Markdown language. So this is like a H4, and so it's neatly divided into H3s, H2s, H3s, H4s, right? And this is a pretty massive blog. This seems like almost 3,000 words, which is amazing, right? So blog created. Awesome. If you still feel that you need to rewrite it, or you have to probably get it reviewed by someone, by a human, you can just put it into needs review, and this will send you a Slack notification or a Google chat or a Teams notification, or even an email if you want, and the reviewer will get assigned this content brief, and they can check out the blog, they can make any changes they want, and then we can move it to production. So let's move it to production. Great. So we are happy with the blog. Probably the human in the middle has approved it. They're okay with it. If there were any changes to be made, they could make it directly here. And now we are ready for production. And we can see here we're awaiting platforms. So we can go ahead and now get into the platform selection and the post types, right? So we have a bunch of platforms that we can go after. And if you have any other ones, we can add them here as well. But I think the main ones are LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and email, right? Also, there are different types of posts that we have strategically made. Like I told you, you want to repurpose your blog into smaller posts so that you drive engagement, you hook people, you get them reading, you drive your CTA, which could be a lead form or any such thing. And we can do that every day of the week. So we have the blog on Monday, then Monday morning, we have the icebreaker, we have a full summary, we have half summary, we can talk about specific things in the blog, we can talk about statistics, we can create a carousel, and we can ask questions as well. So this really works nicely in content, right? So let's say we want to just go for LinkedIn, and we want to create an icebreaker, and we want to create a full summary, right? We can go for all 7, but just for the purposes of this demo, I'll just go with 2, right? So we've selected our platforms and our post types. We're done with this. Let's create social posts. When you click on create social posts, our AI gets to work and we'll start adding new posts here, right? So you can already see we've created some posts for LinkedIn. So you will have to map your content brief ID in the generated contents table, but we can see it's generating a bunch of posts for us, and when it's done we should see this move to posts created. So we are back. We have created social posts for LinkedIn. We have 3 posts which are ready, which should be in the generated content table. It should be C7. Sorry for that, my 1-year-old is with me right now, also helping me out with the content engine. And here we have let's look at C7. So C1, C2, C5, they're all the ones I did before. Let's look at what we've generated for C7 with what we just generated. So LinkedIn, we created an icebreaker, we created a full summary and a half summary. So this is the hook. How has AI changed the way we recruit talent today? So once we post the blog, 15 minutes after we post the blog, this will go out, right? Dive into the latest blog that explores the transformative power of AI shaping, and we'll have a CTA with our full blog here, right? So this is just the content. Similarly, we have a full summary, which we'll probably post on day 2. We have a half summary, which we can post on day 3. So what we've done is we strategically created these so that each and every day you're posting something related to your original content or the original long form content, which is the blog. Let's go to the next step now. Yeah. So we can edit these here if we want, or we can just go ahead with it. For the purposes of this, we're not going to get into rewriting, but if you want to change anything, you want to add some keywords, you want to change it completely, you can rewrite it. You want to make a few edits, you can just edit it here, right? Let's go back to the content briefs. We've created the social media posts. Now let's generate images for this. That's going to be the next step. For each of the posts, we're going to have an AI generated image, and let's see how that works. So once you click on create images, our no code backend kicks into action again. For the purposes of the demo, we're using DALL-E ChatGPT to create the images, but we can use any other image generation AI as well. We could use Flux Pro or any of the other ones out there. So let's get into it. So when we click on create images, our backend has automatically kicked in, and if we go back to the content, the generated content table, we should see create images, and we should see images start popping up here. Nice. And it also generates the image alt text, which helps with SEO, and we can fine tune all of these based on your specific company requirements. Okay, great. The second images has been generated. Let's check it out. Nice. Looks good. What about the first one? Nice. Looks good. So this is the icebreaker that we've created for our blog, and this is the post that's going to go out. Awesome. So this will be the image, and then we'll have text underneath it, which would be this. Great. Awesome. So we had selected 3 for C7, which is our latest content brief. We've got the icebreaker, we've got the full summary, we've got the half summary, and we've got the image alt text, we've got the post media, and when we go to publishing, the post title will also get generated at that time. So now we've created all of the content. Let's get into publishing. So you can see here that we don't have the blog date time and we don't have the post date time. One thing you'll notice is for the previous blogs as well, that the blog time remains the same, of course, because we have one blog, but based on the blog time, right, we have different post times. Yeah. So if we start the blog on the 3rd, then we have the icebreaker that goes out on the 3rd, then we have something that goes out on the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and we have 7 days of content going out. So let's generate that. Because we have only generated 3 content pieces, we'll have 3 times here that will get generated. So let's just do that. Once we go back to the content brief, so you can see image posts have been created for C7, our latest content brief. We can see what are the posts that have been created, and I think we're good with the posts, so let's move it to publishing. Again, if you have to send it to someone for review, you can send it for review. If you want to recreate the images, you can do that as well. I think that's good for now. Let's move it to publishing. Once we move it to publishing, we see that it's ready for publishing. We just need to give it a date. For example, let's give tomorrow's date and let's schedule it. Once we click schedule, if we go back to our content, generated content, you can see that 15 minutes from when we are posting and then a few days after. So I think the full summary comes 7 days later. So we have that on the 10th, we have a half summary on the 8th, and if we had generated all 7, we would have basically a post every day. So this is how we schedule the posts. It's been done in a very strategic way. So if you post, if you select the blog post time, say at 9 a.m. Monday morning, then by 9:15 your icebreaker goes out, and then each day, according to the channel you select, the best times are selected for that channel. So LinkedIn is usually between 8 to 10 in the morning. Instagram is probably in the evening. Twitter is again in the afternoon or morning times. So we have strategically created the time slots, and based on when you publish the blog, all of your images, all of your posts will go out. So we just selected LinkedIn here, but you could see that you could have selected Instagram and LinkedIn and Twitter, and then you'll have 7 posts per media channel, and your media calendar will be completely full. We can also check out the calendar view for this. So we can go into views, and we have a media calendar, and you can see based on our posts, we have the media calendar, and whenever this time comes about, the post will get published. So going back to the grid view, we've selected our times, we've scheduled the posts, we can see the posts are scheduled, and we can move them to publish. When we move them to publish, our no-code backend kicks in again, and based on the timings of the blog, of the posts, they get automatically posted to the specific channel. I had done one post on LinkedIn recently following the same thing just to give you an example. So let me just open up my LinkedIn and show you what it looks like. Actually, you have the link here, so I don't really need to go there. Yeah. So this is the LinkedIn URL where I had already, you could see one of my old posts has been published. So I'll just open that up. So based on the timings, it'll get published. And let me just open this old post that I had published. And this is for a different content brief. This is not for AI and recruitment. This is for no code automation. But this is pretty much what your post would look like. So it would be on your feed. It could be on your personal feed, or it could be on your organization's feed as well. So we have the AI generated image, we have the AI generated text, and we've already started to see some reactions come in and some engagement. You could obviously add your own call to action here. You could add your call to action here. You could drive people to your website. You could drive people to a lead form or a quiz or an assessment and start gathering lead information, name, numbers, emails, and then start your warm outreach with them. So that's how the entire content engine works from end to end. And once we move to publish, these stages will automatically change. When the posts are in progress, it will be in progress. This will automatically change, and it will automatically change to published once we hit the times for all of the posts. So that's how the content engine works. It takes in a single brief. So each brief is on a separate line. You enter your text. You could enter a blog that you want to take inspiration from. You could enter a video that you want to take inspiration from, or you could just drop in an audio file, an audio note, a voice note here. You need to put in your goals, your target audience, your key message, what the call to action should be. And it's pretty straightforward. You just go through the steps and you end up with all of this content generated. You have the alt text, you have the images, and once it goes into publishing, it also adds a post title at the specific times. Awesome. So that was the entire content briefs and the generated content through the content engine. If this interests you and you're looking for something like this for yourself, for your company, then you know what to do. Head over to our website, PreSales AI Automation, book a demo, or you could just drop me a message on LinkedIn, and I would be happy to connect with you and build this out specifically for you. What that does is it just won't be generic AI blogs. It'll have specific case studies, specific use cases, specific data points that you have, and we can integrate your product knowledge, product information, any sales that you're coming up with, anything, right? So we can make it customized specifically for your business. So head over to PreSales AI Automation and book a demo now. Thank you. I hope you liked the full demo of the content engine, how you can input a simple content brief and then generate a week's worth of content with just a few clicks. And if this is something that interests you, please head over to presaleSAIautomation.com and you can directly book a demo with us. And these solutions that we create are 100% customizable. So it will be extremely specific to your business, your company, the type of content you want to generate. And this is just part of the solutions that we offer. The first and the second solution is what we covered: content generation and content distribution. Once we have generated and distributed the content, our next solution is the social autoresponder, which instantly responds to comments on the generated posts. So you could think of that as a mini chatbot in your LinkedIn comments or your Instagram comments. And that's just the start of the lead generation process. Basis your ICP, basis your ideal customer profile, we will help you generate leads, reach out to hundreds of prospects a day, nurture them, educate them, make them sales ready, and then hand over the sales appointments of these sales qualified leads to your human sales teams. So we have these 6 solutions that work right from prospect to pitch, right from when the user does not know about you, they started to read your content, to the time when they are completely sales ready and we can fill up your calendar with sales qualified leads. So that's the entire funnel. Today we discussed content generation and content distribution. I hope you liked it. And if it's something that interests you, head over to book a demo and see you on the other side.